Hi traders, it's Chris here from thetradingmentors.com. Hope you're having a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. This is the weekly Forex forecast for the 21st to the 25th of August. So we're straight into the news for next week, which is not looking like there's much going on in terms of Monday the 21st. Nothing to worry about there. Tuesday, no high impact news there either. And then on to Wednesday, and then we start to see some red flags here regarding the euro. And if you're into my early morning briefing, which I do before the London Open every day, then I will remind you, of course, about these news impacts. Now, the US dollar, flash manufacturing PMI on Wednesday, that will be a high impact event, and then unemployment on Thursday, and then Friday there's the Fed Chairman Powell will be doing a speech, which we know what that means. That means it's all going to die a death, pretty much guaranteed on Friday. So the money's going to be made before then, and let's see what's going on in the markets. So just a reminder, I've been trading for 30 years plus, and one of the most powerful way to trade the markets is using what we call parabolic trends. Now, parabolic trends is where all the buyers are in, ultra high volumes, and it's a bit of a no-brainer when the prices start to make a move, and I want to explain a little bit more about that, and I'm going to dive deeper into it in terms of the 4-hour chart, where to gain entries into the parabolic trend as well. For members, of course, we do the DVA, daily video analysis, during the New York session, where we include coaching as well. So if you're not a member, then please click on the links below, where you can gain access to my regular updates and market analysis. So let me just clarify what a parabolic trend is. And here we go. So everything goes green. So your chart goes green and you have a buy signal, then it goes parabolic. All the buys are in, and so therefore the price continues up with ultra high volume. Okay, so that's the name of the game. So in this instance with the DXY, we've had a parabolic trend since the 21st of July, so a month or so, and it's continued up and up and up and up and up. So if you trade the DXY, then obviously you can make a lot of money. We don't trade it, we just use it as a correlating tool for the US dollar. So in terms of the current situation, it's now hitting a double top here, which is highly likely to cause the price to have a correction down to this order block here, 102.62, and then start the rally going again to 104.50. Onto the yen futures. Now, we don't trade the yen futures either, but nonetheless we use this as a correlating tool for the yen pairs. So when we see weaker yen to the downside, as we can see here, this is ultra weak and in a parabolic trend. All the sellers are in and confirmed using the advanced pro charts. You can see that this is going down and down and down. Now there's an order block here and entering a wave 5, which usually means a correction is likely, or a reversal. We'll have to wait and see. Doing the DVA, that is very useful because you get daily updates in terms of what's actually happening in the markets, so you can keep an eye on things. Now, so what's highly likely to happen is you're going to get a bounce to 7059, and that is a major resistance area where it will start to roll over again, and that's where the buying opportunities are likely to be on the yen pairs. Onto the indices now, the Dow Jones index, and we are expecting a bounce. It needs to go down a little bit further into this support area here, if you can see that. And as it does, of course, what's happening here is the price is achieving higher highs and higher lows and higher lows and higher lows. A small downward move is likely to 34,212, and then a bounce up to 35,239, which is a major resistance area. Could come in deeper, of course, and then onward to 34,033. Onto the Nasdaq. We've been talking about this for a while, haven't we, guys, who are members in the VIP room? And as I expected, the price has broken this market structure now, so that indicates further downward momentum. We do have parabolic trend in place, but I am expecting a pullback up to the previous day high here before it starts to move down to 13,866. Remember to have your notepads ready, guys. Take notes of these numbers. They're really, really important. And if you're not a member, then jump in. It's free for 14 days, and you can try it and see if you like it. And I'll give you predictions each day as well. And coaching. So here we've got the Hang Seng. So we're expecting a bounce. We've got a nice double bottom here on a major support area. In a downtrend, yes, but there's going to be some kind of correction, we feel, to 19,271. So that's this week's number before it starts to move back down into the trend to 17,652. Remember that the predictions could be for next week, could be for 2 weeks. Doesn't really matter to us. It's just a prediction. And of course, markets can change based upon the news as well. So we just keep an eye on that day to day in the members area. So in terms of the FTSE 100, we're expecting further weakness. We do have a double bottom, but I don't think this is going to count for much. The parabolic trend is the strongest that there ever is, and takes over any kind of order block or any kind of technique that you use, and has been used for many, many years. So we are expecting a little bit of a bounce here. May come in a bit deeper to this median line, but nonetheless a pullback and then downward to 7102. The DAX has broken the back of this uptrend, and so therefore we expect further downward moves in the next week or two. Depends on markets, doesn't it? Depends how much volume is in the market at the time. Last week we didn't see much volume at all, did we? Prices were pretty flat across the board, including the yens. So that does happen from time to time. So in terms of the DAX, we do expect a little bit of a bounce from this ABC pattern, and I don't think it's been quite as deep as this, maybe up to the previous day high and then to 15,317. Now the S&P 500, this is certainly one to watch. We have a bit of a conflict. We do have the market structure change in terms of this break from this uptrend now. So that indicates further weakness is likely. However, we also have a wave 4, which indicates a bullish momentum, a continuation of the previous uptrend. So we have a bit of a conflict. So we're not in this, we're not trading yet. But I think based upon probabilities, this is probably going to go weaker from this order block, and a little bit of a rally, maybe up to the previous day's high, down to 4233. On to commodities now, and silver finished at $22.73 as predicted, into a parabolic trend, as you can see, but now finding some kind of support here with a double bottom. Okay, so we could find it going parabolic to the upside, although it's in a long-term downtrend, as you can see from the Advanced Pro charts. So in terms of price, we're expecting a little bit of pullback down to the previous day low, 22.37, and then a rally to $23.99. Let's call it $24. Now in terms of oil, we are expecting a much deeper correction here. So if you can see that trend, if I narrow that down, you can see the trend channel certainly up, but I think the correction is going to be much deeper this time, down to $69.74. That's the prediction. This order block is a very weak order block. It's not something that I would be concerned about. This has high liquidity. As you can see, it's failed to go down at this stage several times. So if it comes down as deep as this, then we can expect a big bounce, and we can trade this back to somewhere around here, $80 again. So deeper correction there is, the better, and of course the faster the bounce once it comes in as well. So a good trading opportunity. This is not something I'm in now or looking to get in very quickly, but certainly one to watch. Remember what I said, the parabolic trend is more powerful than any order blocks or double bottoms or double tops. and will outweigh anything that's out there. Very few people trade parabolic trends, and it's something that should never be ignored. All right, and I'm actually going to do some coaching in this session, and this is particularly useful for members, I think, where we're going to dive into the markets to see where we can enter and where we can place our positions to get into the price and maximize the profits. So in terms of gold, I expect a little bit of a rally, but not much. So here, previous day low up to this order block here, 1898, something like that, probably about 100 pips rally, probably Monday, and then further downward momentum to 1859.66. Now on to Forex, and I'm going to go through each one just so you get an idea of what is parabolic, what is not, and then I'm going to go into the 4-hour chart to give you some coaching in terms of entries and what to look for. So we only want to trade the parabolic trends anyway. We're not interested in anything else. If something's not parabolic, why bother? If it's not trending, why bother? So let's clarify what is trending. And then when I do the early morning briefing before the London Open, if something's parabolic, then it's highly likely to be successful as a day trade as well as a position trade. Make sense? Hopefully we're making some sense. This is the euro dollar. We're expecting a little bit of bounce here, double bottom pretty much on this order, but it's a weak order block. It's not a strong one. And we are expecting a pull back up to here, then down to 107.54. Now in terms of pound USD, sterling is looking very, very strong across the board, it has to be said. So in terms of the pound USD, this is the opposite to the euro dollar. We're expecting it to go down a little bit more. This is now hitting a similar pattern to the euro dollar, but I am expecting this bounce and this to go parabolic to the upside. Not yet, not yet. Wait for it. Once we do go parabolic, then we'll be in, and I'll show you where to get in the VIP room. So hitting this order block, and notice this major support area here. This is really, really important, and I'm going to show you a few opportunities where this has happened many times before. Notice this here. Very similar pattern to what you're seeing right now onto an order block. Hitting an order block on a major support area is a red flag. That's what you should be looking out for. So we do expect this to move, and move pretty big, to 131.43. In terms of the US yen, now what we do from a day-to-day basis in the VIP room and the daily video analysis is we look at the comparison between the US, the DXY, compared to the yen futures, and that gives us a correlation in terms of which direction it's going to go. So that being said, we do expect the yen to fall. There's going to be a bit of a rally, maybe up to this area here, but I don't think it will go that high, to be honest. I think it's going to drift along here, correlate, and not do much at all, and before it breaks down this support area here, 145. Once it breaks the 145 line, previous high, then of course it's going to go down to 141.20, which is our target for this week, and then you're going to see another rally. So the predicted price for this week is 141.20. Further upside momentum is highly likely for the US Swiss. In a parabolic trend, yes it is, and so therefore we do expect this price to continue from this buy signal here. And one of the ways you can, one of the techniques you can of course use for this, for the advanced pro charts, is when you get a buy signal, buy it. Just a thought. You can put your stop below this previous high here. Give it a couple of days, put your previous new stop here, let it go, and then move your stop to somewhere here as you go along. Or an even simpler idea maybe is to move your stop with this parabolic tool here. So you'll always be in the position. If it's going to move 500 pips, you'll always be in it. Okay, it's a wide stop. But if you're happy with that, then it's a great way to trade. There's one technique. I'm going to show you others in the next few minutes. So stick with me. So a continuation of this parabolic trend is likely up to this area of 88.96. US Canadian further upside momentum is likely into a parabolic trend now. As you can see, all the buyers are in on the advanced pro charts. It's broken this market structure in terms of the trend down and now broken up. So we are expecting this price to come back down to this area here, 134.80, somewhere like that. It may come in deeper, but the previous day low is probably big enough, deep enough for it to bounce to 136.55. which is the previous high from 26th of May. Aussie yen, we're going to the yens now, and as you can see straight away this is not in a parabolic trend. You can get confirmation from the advanced pro charts just by looking, and it's definitely not in a parabolic trend to downside either. So this is not tradable, guys. All right, so leave it alone. But what is interesting about this is the wave 4. Okay, and it's hitting a major order block. So this is going to find its feet in the next few days. This is definitely not tradable at the moment, but once it converts into a parabolic trend, there could be a big move, and look out for that. This is going to make a lot of money, and once you get a parabolic trend starting to make a move and you get into the position early as possible, and I'll show you that, then of course you can bank 300, 500 pips without any more effort. Now the Canadian yen is parabolic, but we are expecting a little bit of a pullback in the next couple of days, maybe Monday, and down to this order here. I'm actually going to put alert there, so when it comes in I can actually have a quick look, and that will come to my email. All right, so once it comes into my email, I will get the alert and I'll post it into the VIP room if you're a member. Oh, doesn't like it for some reason. So yeah, look out for that. Now the pound yen is very interesting. It is parabolic. There is no doubt about it. And I'm going to go into the 4-hour chart in the next few minutes. So stick with me, guys. So here we can see it's definitely parabolic, and if you notice here, this was the pattern that we had and we've got on the Aussie yen. Quickly it converts to a parabolic trend, and what we've got now is this is now limited in terms of the upside momentum. What you're probably going to find it in a wave 5 reversal potentially. The wave 4 is a far better entry. And so we're going to see this price probably move up to a double top here at 186.50. So 150 pips from where it is now before it starts to make a move down into the wave 5. But from here, I think things will change. So we are looking for changes. We are looking for initially all the yens to move down into a correction before it moves up. So the target for this week is probably going to be better at 183.28. Onto the euro yen. And we can see that the price previously on the 28th of June was 158, and it went up to 158, failed to go higher. It broke 158 and is still, well, sitting on 158 now, so it needs to make its mind up, doesn't it? So that is acting as support now. So any price bounce off of there is going to go higher. The target is going to be 160.50. Once again, the New Zealand yen is similar to the Aussie yen, isn't it? Notice the pattern into a wave 4 after a correction. This is all this is. It's a deep correction. Yes, I know it's a daily chart. But nonetheless, we're going to see price start to make a move very, very shortly. Let me get rid of that. So any price down to this previous day low and this support area is highly likely to move parabolic. And I mean parabolic. So the target 91.38, big move coming, so that is some 500 pips or so. Swiss franc is parabolic. I'm expecting a big move here as well. That's confirmed by all the buyers are in, but we are expecting, as I said, with the yen futures to have a little bit of a correction. Maybe it just goes sideways maybe for the next few days before it starts to make that move. So target for this week is 169, well 167, isn't it? Some 300 pips, 250, 300 pips. Pound Canadian. I'll do these first and then I'm going to go into the 4-hour chart and just do some coaching. All right, so stick with me. If you want to wind forward to that bit, you can. There's chapters on this YouTube thing where you can just skip forward, but it's probably a good idea to stick around to get the targets and just get the patterns, and then you can follow through in the members area if you remember. So pound Canadian. Now I am expecting further upside momentum. There's a little bit of this further to go into a parabolic trend. As you can see here, all the buyers are in, but there is going to be probably a little bit of a correction in the next few days. So the target is 172.28, but further on from that, we've got a big target of 176.62. Pound Aussie is very interesting. It's broken that structure now to the upside. Strong bullish momentum into an order block. So you could have had a lovely trade here, 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 anywhere along there. So, but it's broken this now. So I'm expecting a little bit of a correction. Now this wave 5, which is automatically generated on the Advanced Pro charts, sometimes just pushes up and up and up until it starts to break down. So that's why we don't trade the wave 5s. We only trade the ABC formations. Excuse me. So we are expecting a little bit of a pullback, but this week high here could be broken, and we can see break of structure here and up to 20333. Euro Canadian is parabolic, and pretty much sideways at the moment. So we are expecting a pullback, maybe not that deep. We just have to do more analysis as we go through the days during the daily, but we are expecting this to go to 148.34. Right, the pound Swiss has gone parabolic. But there's a problem, and I will cover this on the 4-hour chart to suggest. Now this has got some momentum to it, so it's going to come up to about 112.52. So a slight move up here to this median line, but there's a problem, and I think this is going to go down to 110.52. You're now curious now. I can feel it. I'll cover the 4-hour chart in a moment. Patience. We need patience and discipline, don't we? So this is testing your patience. So the Aussie Swiss hit target from last week. Congratulations if you traded it. Further downside momentum is highly likely into a parabolic trend. All the sellers are in. Do you get it yet? So we are expecting a bit of a pullback to here before it goes down to 5504. A couple more. New Zealand Canadian, we are expecting a little of a bounce. It's only a bounce. How deep it goes, we don't know. So the target is 81.53 for this week before it starts to roll over back down to 7999. Okay, a little bit of coaching. Generic coaching. I'm not going to be specific in terms of the Advanced Pro charts because this is going out to YouTube, and it wouldn't be fair on my team, my team in my VIP room. So here we are. So the pound yen has been in a parabolic trend, the best kind of trend, the most powerful trend that you can get. So I've taken the order blocks off just to make it a clean chart. And don't forget that if you've got a parabolic trend, the order blocks don't really matter, especially to the upside, because the strength of the trend moving up is going to just take them out anyway. All right, so sometimes the order blocks can be a little bit confusing if you've not used them before. Now there is an order block here. I know there's an order block here, but let me explain these charts. So what we've got here is the 50, the 100 and the 200 EMA. Okay, so I've got this blue, pink and red. Doesn't matter which color they are. You can make it whatever color you like. Doesn't matter. All right. And so the second, that's the first thing. And what's really important, and this is really, really important, guys, is that the 50 is above the 100, is above the 200. I'll say that again because this is vital. 50 above the 100, above the... So they're stacking, in other words. So this is a parabolic trend, and that's what a parabolic trend looks like. If that's not happening, it's not parabolic. If that's not happening, the price is not going up. So the other thing to note here, we have change of character. And to the upside, everything goes green on the advanced pro charts, doesn't it? All right. And what happened here, as soon as we get change of character, what usually happens is the price comes down into this area here, which is called a swing low. When you get a swing low and the 50 and the 100 and the 200 are stacking on top of each other, that's your buying opportunity. So that's one way to do it. Okay. Now guess where your stop is. So there's a buy signal here. So we can easily calculate this, can't we? So long position, buy signal, take it on the next candle, go 2 to 1. Could have gone 3 to 1. With the parabolic, you can go strong. Of course, in hindsight, you can go strong, but a parabolic trend moves 2, 3, 4, 500 pips. So don't be worried about that. Go for a big target. What is that? 400. Go for 400 pips. That's a nice number, isn't it? And you've got 2.63 to 1 risk to reward. So that's trade number 1. Trade number 2 is break of structure. And I'm going to go into the pound Aussie in a minute to show you even better ways to do it if you get the opportunities. So in this instance, so there's the swing low, there's the buy signal. Moving average is confirmed that the parabolic trend. We have the change of character. So this green line is your trailing stop. So if you go for a big target, don't worry. Don't panic that you've gone too far, because all you do within a few hours, your stop becomes zero risk. Even if it doesn't hit target or reverses, doesn't matter. You've locked profits in. So where's the next trade? Where's the next opportunity? If you're not around to see this and don't see the buy signal, this is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe you're working, whatever, doesn't matter. Then you've got breaker structure to the upside here. So from this previous high on the 1st of August at 183.27, we can safely say that once this gets broken, it's going to continue up. So let's do some maths here. So you're going to get in here, your stop's going to be down here, and you want a 1.5. Because you're getting in late, you don't go for the big one. Okay, if you're getting in late because you haven't got this early one here, then go for 1.5. And that gets hit there for another 268 pips. Let me take you to the pound Aussie, and then I'm going to take you to the pound Swiss and see if you can spot the difference. So into the pound Aussie, which we know is parabolic because we've seen it on the daily chart. Everything agrees with your advanced pro charts. All the buys are in. And so here we have the change of character. So in other words, it's had its correction. It's now changing and moving back into the uptrend. Notice there are a couple of things here. 50-day moving average, 100, 200. Okay, so that qualifies as a legitimate parabolic trend. And also notice here a couple of things. First of all, the change of character. You could buy it there, put your stop down here, away it goes. The correction, which usually happens after the change of character, is here. Back down and retesting the 50-day moving average and the 100. Above, stacking, still stacking on top. And you still have the change of character. So your stop is below here. And you can go for... you can go for 2 for 1. But if you go for a big target, of course, then you're just going to control your stop. So your stop's going to be break even within a few hours, literally. Okay, so that's one way. Now, also notice here, if you're a swing trader, this is a swing trader's dream. Here, so notice the stochastic here is oversold, but into an uptrend. Not quite oversold, so that's not a swing trader's dream, maybe, but nonetheless a good correction into retesting the 50-day moving average before moving up. Let's move on. So the buy signals are key, aren't they? But can you see how strong these buy signals are on the Advanced Pro charts? When you're oversold, you're definitely buying low. Definitely buying low. And then, of course, you have the situation now. So as of Monday, we can safely say this is still parabolic. And this is moving into an oversold area. So we're very interested in this. What I would like to see, and as you can see from this, I would like to see a sell signal first, because that's the correction. I would like to see a sell signal first, because that's the correction. Sell signal first, that's the correction. Once I've seen that and I've got that, I can then right click on the sell signal and just let me know when it's a buy. When it becomes a buy, then you're in. Okay, so you're probably going to find it, you've got a sell signal on Monday. It's going to have a little retest maybe down here. Might go deeper, we don't know. But nonetheless, it's a fantastic way to trade. Let me show you the pound Swiss. So the pound Swiss, for all intents and purposes, is going parabolic on the daily chart. Okay, we've got all the buys in. Now this can go up. It can go as far as it likes. But let me just explain a little bit more about why we think it may be limited in terms of its projected target. So we do have break of structure. This is what we want. We want everything to go green. But look at the moving averages. The 50, the 100 and the 200 are stacking down. So this is why this could do exactly what it done before and just go parabolic to the downside. Now I think sterling is strong, so it'll probably go up a little bit but then go sideways. But a far better trade is the pound Aussie. Pound Canadian, I've got one. There, we had the pound Canadian this week, didn't we? Congratulations. We had 256 pips there on a sniper trade. But notice here, buy here, swing low. So let me go to the pound yen. So this is a far better trade, isn't it, than the pound Swiss, for instance. We do have the sell signal. I have an alert ready to let me know when it goes to a buy, maybe on Monday, we shall see. As long as it holds structure, then that's going to give you the opportunity to get back in and go long. Target 187, 188 is the target once we get going. Well, hope you enjoyed that. Have a wonderful weekend.